as they take on the Packers to kick off the NFL season. Everybody pumped up. The defending champs, the Lombardi Trophy, larger than life.
Drop that banner.
That's a good feeling there in CenturyLink Field. How about the stars coming out? Steve Largent, Cortez Kennedy, big Walter Jones.
Oh, I don't want to see Walter again.
Carroll's team looking to become the first team to repeat since the Pats in 05. Heck, they're trying to become the first team to win a playoff game since 05 after winning the Super Bowl.
You can't do this.
Horrible penalty.
Yeah, you go defensive stay because you're punting from about midfield. You give the ball back to Russell Wilson. Ends up costing him 3 points here, Dan.
Yeah, Mike Daniels running into the kicker, so the Seahawks pick up
your
a
defensive
field
guy,
goal.
Sean?
I don't know. Get your head on straight. Get your head on.
Wait, now it's Earl's time, right?
How about Earl Thomas returning a regular season punt for the first time in his career? We saw it during preseason. Richard Sherman blocks a player into him, and Clinton Dix recovers the muff ball.
Defensive guys again, Sean.
Yeah, but these guys, I don't even know why he's backed in the first place. I think he's way too valuable on defense to be on this punt team. That's just my opinion.
That's that stubborn, hard-headed, hard-hitting safety right there.
Yep.
Doesn't want to call a fair catch and cost his football team. That cost him 7 points right here.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. Nelson picks up 16 yards there. The Packers have first and goal on the 8th, and then just a couple of plays later, who are you going to give it to? How about the big fullback?
Yeah, give it to big John Kuhn. You know I love it. In Green Bay, they're going Kuhn.
Second effort.
Yeah. In Seattle, they're going boo.
Yeah, second and third effort. It looked like he almost
don't hurt the fullback.
scored twice on that play. All right, 1st and 10 in the second quarter. Russell Wilson, we know that he can run the read option to perfection, and he does it here, finding a wide open Ricardo Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, hey, congrats, Ricardo. Nice job, Russell Wilson. Darrell Bevel, the OC, he stole that from Auburn's playbook. Go back to the Iron Bowl last year, and that's what Auburn ran on Alabama.
It's the exact same play. How on earth did he get so open? Take another look.
Oh, well, you have to respect his legs. You know he can take off and run and hurt you that way, but defense played up, made a big mistake. He made him pay for it.
All right, Wilson also getting some help from his tight end. A great game from Zach Miller tonight in several passes.
I feel for you, Clay. He was in good coverage.
Hey.
Just stick the pass rush in. He did a good job there.
There's nothing Clay can do. Perfect throw, perfect catch, end of story.
And there's nothing you can do about this when Marshawn Lynch gets going, and he was going to.
Burn that.
Go get down.
Just take it on the chin. Just lay down right there, take it on the chin.
21 yards there, 3 plays later. Russell to Lynch again, and he squirts into the end zone from 9 yards out. The Seahawks take a 17-10 lead at halftime. In the third quarter, Rodgers looking for Jordy Nelson, but guess who's there? The guy who was tested all night long.
I see you, Byron. Yeah. Hey, listen, they came at him a lot. He had some yards put up against him tonight, but the young man played well.
He did.
All right, Mike McCarthy trying to get something going here.
Look at this, 4th and 5, Dan.
Yep.
This was a big play. They didn't seem like they were ready for the snap, and then what happens? It's your backup right tackle, and then it's
Here
pressure,
comes Cliff
pressure,
Averill.
pressure. Cliff Averill off the edge.
That's what they paid him for. Made a big play, got around him. Missed a swipe the first time, kept being relentless, got the sack.
Yeah, Sherrod, a former #1 pick back in 2011. Here he is again, this time getting beaten by Michael Bennett. A strip sack there. He covers it up, so he saves him a couple of points.
Right. Shame on Sherrod, but hey, Aaron, you're too good of a quarterback to take care of the ball like this. That shouldn't have been a safety. That safety's on Rodgers.
Well, here's Percy Harvin, and Percy had himself a game tonight as well. Picks up 10 here, so it's 1st and 10 on the 16, and the Seahawks are moving once again. Last play of the third quarter. This is what I was talking about earlier. Wilson just tucks it and runs when nobody was open, and he feels this right here. Gets down when he needs to.
As a defensive player, you really can't do much about this. That's just a great quarterback with great awareness making a great play.
Oh, then on the very next play,
I'm sorry, buddy.
Marshawn Lynch. They can tear his jersey, but they can't keep him out of the end zone.
You better grab more than that Nike undershirt. You're not getting down to beast mode like that.
20 carries for 110 yards and a couple of touchdowns for beast mode. Nice fantasy production by Marshawn.
Look at that average.
Nice production all the way around.
5 plus a carry, 2 tugs.
You think they would have missed him?
Jets trying to improve to 2-0. I know, I can't believe it either, Gino, right? Taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. He was held under 200 yards passing by Seattle on that opening Thursday nighter in first play. Are you kidding me?
That shouldn't happen in the pros.
Well, he does have a Corey.
You can't.
As in a rookie center, Corey Lindsey, snapping it.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. I get it. Sheldon Richardson with the recovery.
The lack of practice, it can happen.
And 5 plays later, Gino showing off those legs.
This first quarter, the Jets look like, the Jets look so good. That offense looked so good in the first quarter.
What did they look like?
In the first quarter, man, they were everywhere. They were throwing, making great passes, running the ball well.
Here's the throw to Eric Decker.
With Decker in this corner route right here, that was a slanted goal.
That's a fast dude.
It was beautiful, man.
Chiefs can run.
It was beautiful till they pulled that hand.
Yeah, but when
Smith
somebody's
was
in front of you, you can't get
16 to 32 on the day. They were up 21-3 at one point. This might have been the biggest play of the game.
Right there.
Going in for another score, up 21-9, but picked off by Teron Williams at the goal line.
Yeah, he got hit and the ball flared on him. He was trying to drive it in there, but he took a hit low. And the ball just hung in the air.
So right before halftime, Rodgers leads him down the field, hits Randall Cobb.
Man, wonderful job, Randall Cobb getting inside. Right. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, he's so quick.
The
He
bad
recognizes
man.
it and just hits that. He's so good.
Third quarter, 3rd and goal from the 1. What do? Do you run it in with Eddie Lacy? No, you sprint it out to Cobb.
It's nice.
Now, this was weird because then Packers go for 2. They get it. After that, Muhammad Wilkerson got flagged for throwing a bunch of punches. So I guess we call this the Lambeau Leap.
Yeah, he threw a bunch of punches.
Yeah.
He's going to get a healthy five.
And he enjoyed it, obviously.
Big old brother.
But how about this zip? The pitch and catch to Jordy Nelson.
Look at this right here, man. They were double moving. You know, you
Who
trying
was
to
number
man
27?
up outside.
27 years. The best thing about this run, Mike, on a double move, the quarterback put it on him quick. He got it in his hands.
Right. And he kept it in the right time. He didn't put no air on it. Hey,
9 catches for 209 for Nelson. But here come the Jets. 4th down a touchdown, 5 minutes to go. Smith to Jeremy Curley for the game-tying touchdown, and the Jets are celebrating. However, watch this. Marty Morningweg or somebody on the sideline, not named Rex Ryan, called timeout.
That's Marty.
Now watch Sheldon Richardson, number 91. He's telling the ref, hey, we're trying to call timeout. So they were granted the timeout.
Sheldon really was the one.
No,
he tapped him on his back.
Now what do you do? 4th and 4? Well, Gino keeps it alive. Hits David Nelson. We're moving the chain. So it's not a touchdown, but at least they're still around.
Gino looked confident.
Yeah,
until this.
Right here, though.
4th and 4, Smith to Curley.
One before that.
Knocked away by Sam Shields, and it was a crazy game
Eric
at Lambeau.
Decker was hurt. That's why you're going to Curley over there. That's why you need one big dude.
Pair of 1-1 teams meeting in Motown. Matthew Stafford just 1-6 all time against Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers has won 9 of his last 10 starts against the Lions. Pretty good. This was bad. Eddie Lacy off to a terrible start this year, Marshall.
Hey, man, it's too early in the season to have a cough.
Don Carey carries it in for 6, and the Lions up 7-zip. Same score. Aaron Rodgers, never feeling good and comfortable in that pocket all day. Threw for less than 170 yards here on 3rd and 10. Gets sacked, and Stephen Tulloch does it and then celebrates. And what in the world of Bill Grammatica is going on? Injures his knee.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
That's embarrassing.
He was done.
We're praying for you, though, dog. That's embarrassing.
Next Lions drive, Stafford. Looking for Corey Fuller, but it's ha-ha, joke's on you. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix with his first INT.
With a ha-ha laughs like that, Clinton Dix.
Yeah, it's going to be high on him in a minute.
Packers forced 3 turnovers on the day. Next Packers drive, Rodgers to Andrew Corliss.
Beautiful grab.
We're tied at 7. Same score later on, Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. This was a huge play. The good news for Green Bay, Devon House snags it. Now, they said his momentum carried him into the end zone, so it's first down instead of a touchback at like the 6-inch line.
This is wrong.
But the application of the rule is proper. It's just the rule is
what is
crazy.
he supposed to do?
I get you. So Green Bay's got the ball deep in its own territory, and guess what? Lacy can't get out of his own way thanks to DeAndre Levy.
Why would you even hand the ball back there to him?
That's another good question. So just like that, it's 9-7, and Mike McCarthy's probably thinking the same thing you just said, Dion.
Why did we
Well, McCarthy's still a little ticked about the previous call.
It's a bad call.
Next Packers drive, watch what happens. Down 12-7. And Ndamukong Suh gets his first sack in the last 7 games, and then he's so excited he doesn't know what to do, so he helps him up.
Probably got fined.
Yeah, fine for sportsmanlike conduct.
Pulled his arm too hard.
On to the 4th, no Calvin out with a bad ankle. Clay Matthews out with a bad groin. So his replacement's Mike Neal. And you got to seal the edge against Reggie Bush.
Yes, you do. That's where he's going.
If you don't seal it against no one, must be against him.
He had 99 total yards on the day. So Green Bay trying to come back. 4th and 5, Rodgers looking for Jordy Nelson.
4th and 5.
And Rodgers, I think he had the look he wanted. Look at this. Literally checking out Jordy Nelson saying, yeah, I got you, just not the right throw.
Oh, yeah. He had him.
So Stafford, the first Detroit quarterback to win consecutive games against Green Bay since Charlie Batch in 1998-99. Jay Cutler, 1-8 all-time as the Bears starter against Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, RELAX. People, they had only one touchdown last week against the Lions. They had a lot more this time around. Rodgers to Air Jordy Nelson.
It's a tough matchup for the rookie.
It's a tough matchup for anybody.
Green Bay up 14-10. Next Bears possession.
20 at least. Man, what a wonderful
How about this play? Alshon Jeffrey.
Did you see that reverse field? Man, that was a beautifully designed play right there.
It's so good. Let's show it to you again.
Yes. Oh, I love this here.
Yeah, nobody's going to cover him on that
that's
one.
straight. That's great design by Mark Trestman.
So Alshon getting it into the end zone. Ensuing Packers possession, though, Rodgers to Randall Cobb. Off to a great start so far.
Cobb said coming into the game he felt like he hadn't played up to par. He showed up today.
Did you talk to him, too?
He's one line, though.
Just watch these throws.
Okay. All right, weird play calling at the end of the first half. Still 2 timeouts. Matt Forte runs it up the middle. They let 20 seconds run off the clock, and that's huge because with under 10 to go, Cutler hits Martellus Bennett right at the goal line, tries to reach the ball across. Refs say it doesn't get across. Now, remember, under 2 minutes to go, it goes upstairs to the replay booth, so they give it a look. But this is the look they get. Micah Hyde, number 33, get out of the way. I can't see.
Never can see it.
So it's inconclusive. They can't overturn it. So Mark Trestman's team gets no points.
Got to throw that ball in the end zone right there.
Got to run your route in the end zone.
Yes.
Third quarter, Cutler looking for Josh Morgan. It's tip
drill.
Who gets it?
Man, listen, man.
Watch that.
Say what you want about Jay Cutler on here. I know I got him for my MVP. Josh, he has to get across the face of that defensive back, and he stopped.
So after the Matthews pick,
yes, I do.
Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. He finished with 10 catches, a bucko 8 and 2 scores.
Has anything to do about your MVP prediction?
No,
he has to get across the face of the defense.
Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson.
By the way, guys, this was only the second time in NFL history neither punter took the field.
That's so Cutler right there. That's so Cutler right there. I want to lead you down that street.
At least he forced him out of bounds.
You know what he did?
Sam Shields picking it off. Well, you tell me, because Brandon Marshall just keeps going and Cutler doesn't throw it to him.
Yeah, I don't know which one that one is right there. But see, I thought that was safe to get nowhere. But that wasn't. Brandon Marshall's not healthy.
That's the double agent throw. It's a double agent.
4 plays later, Mason Crosby, we're showing you the field goal, and Jonathan Bostic here. That is defensive holding on him. So we're going to take the points off the board and give Aaron Rodgers the ball back.
That's a horrible play. That was the right call. He did grab him. You can't do that.
And he's going to find Randall Cobb, who is tied for the NFL lead with 5 TD catches.
That's perfect.
Rodgers threw for 302.
Charlie quarterback throws him a dime.
On that defensive play, you got to grab and snatch somebody come in the hole.
So Rodgers with his 13th career 4-touchdown game, thanks to the 21-point win.
And Roger Post.
Well, I just know it's a long season, so there's always going to be many freakouts along the way. Just got to stick together, stay the course. Mike talked about trusting the process this week. I just wanted to remind everybody that it's a long season, and at some point we're going to get this thing figured out. I don't feel like I ever need to prove anything, but it sure is nice when people start doubting us to go out and have a performance like this.
And people were doubting the Green Bay Packers. Week 1, they didn't throw it to Richard Sherman. Last week, he threw for less than 170 yards.
Let me just say this, though, because I understand. I'm an athlete, too, and I've done it, too. But we get up there and talk about it's really nice when people start doubting us. We only doubt them because of the way you played before. So you just play the way you're supposed to play, then you won't have those issues. I don't know why people get mad at people for doubting them. You only doubt them because of the way you played. But he stepped up today, and they made the plays that they need to make. They got back to playing offensive football like they know how. And Aaron Rodgers, He found Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb, man, and got back on track. Running game still so-so with Green Bay. But Green Bay also played some defense today. Did a good job.
Fools go.
Really?
Yeah. Chicago secondary, we don't know any of those guys. Other than Conti.
Well, we know
Fuller,
him for the wrong reason.
I'm just saying, right. I'm telling you, that secondary, there's so many injuries in this secondary. And Jared Allen didn't play today. So, a lot was working against Chicago. They thought they could come out and outscore Green Bay.
Marshall wasn't healthy.
And they just didn't have enough firepower
So you're
today.
not sold?
No. Oh, no. I'm telling you.
Green Bay?
That offensive line for Green Bay is suspect.
No, we're not sold on Green Bay.
No.
The Chicago Bears had 235 yards rushing. Honestly, I don't know when the last team lost a game that rushed for 235 yards. It's unbelievable. They also had the ball for 36 minutes. This is crazy, but Cutler's 2 interceptions. The defense played okay, but let me tell you something, man. I just, something about this team with Green Bay just don't click yet. Lacey is not giving us what we thought he would.
Nope.
This season. And Jordy Nelson showed up today like he always shows up, but with Cobb showing up like he did, that's a great influx of offense that they had today. But they need more from the running game.
They got to find another receiver.
I'm
telling you,
They need more from the running game.
If not two others, you got to find another receiver.
Listen. Lacey
gotta come on.
has to start trusting his blocking, trusting his eyes, and running the ball like he used to run the ball and not be worried about if another concussion is on the way and him missing time because he's had 2 already.
You know what you can do? You can tell him that face-to-face because you will see him Thursday.
Lambeau Field, shall we? Teddy Bridgewater not playing in this one because of an ankle injury. We could have used him.
Get him, Christian Ponder.
Christian Ponder making his first start since last season. Aaron Rodgers coming
Stop
off
it, Willie. Don't ruin the highlight.
big game last week and picking up right where he left off to Randall Cobb. That's Cobb's 6th touchdown catch of the year, leads the NFL.
Yeah, Captain Munnerlyn, I'm sorry you drew him to cover this week. Tough night.
We said they would have attacked the secondary.
Absolutely.
Well,
they did.
And they did it here. A deep one to Jordy Nelson. 66 yards later, it's 14-0.
I'm saying this too much.
What happened here?
Well, he got beat on the double move, and his eyes, right here you see Jordy Nelson, he does like a corner post route. I don't know what Smith is looking at, but they're like in a cover 2 set. He's supposed to be on the hash backing up. I don't know what he's jumping right here. Bad technique. His eyes is taking him the wrong way. Jordy Nelson makes a good move right here, and it's over. You give Aaron Rodgers a window like this, you're not going to be able to recover.
That's an Eddie Lacy touchdown that won't show up on the stat sheet because the 2 runs before then set up that play-action pass.
Look at McCarthy and Rodgers having a moment. Isn't that cute? Christian Ponder just couldn't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball.
A little pressure in his face right there, right up the gut, Dan.
Picked off by Julius Peppers, and we know he's an athlete.
Look at the big guy run.
We talked about how fast he was coming into the league. He still possesses some of that speed.
That was quite a bit of it right there, Big Will. Big Will.
21-0. Here it is. Here's how it went down.
Uh-oh. You think Peppers he's the rush guy. Well, no, we're going to kind of bail out the coverage. You see this big guy, pressure in the face again. The ball looks like it's tipped. Truth is, Dan, still the wrong read by Christian Ponder. His little flood technique. You're getting 3 guys on different levels.
Uh-oh.
That's the only thing he did do well.
Hey, Pep.
He was tired from the touchdown.
Right, he admitted it after the game to Rich and the crew. His legs were a little soft after that.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, back-to-back throws for Christian
Ponder again on the bad throw. He threw the ball behind the receiver. Perfect catch for the linebacker.
Teddy's like, why'd you do that, Christian?
Yeah, Jamari Lattimore got him there. Here comes Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams, the 11-yard touchdown. 28-0 at this point.
That's what happens when you give Aaron Rodgers a short field. You get a quick touchdown.
I think that was the 3rd play after they got that turnover, right?
Matt Asiata, tackled by Morgan Burnett. He fumbles the ball. Casey Hayward recovers, and the Packers take it over at their own 34. The Vikings just couldn't get a single thing going.
Well, and Rambo, it's not like Aaron needs extra possessions, and it was like the Vikings said, here, we're going to help you out 2 or 3 drives back-to-back.
Well, this guy was my MVP, Eddie Lacy. They needed him to step it up, and step it up he did tonight. Bounces it to the outside for an 11-yard score. Packers up 35-0.
Ethan and I said they would get this running game back on track before the show.
They did tonight.
That you did. Eddie Lacy had it going. Just 13 carries. Puts that head down, had 105 yards on the night. 42-10 is the final.
taking on Aaron Rodgers, who's 0 for 3 all-time in the state of Florida. This was a good one.
That's why I picked him.
Third quarter, we're tied at 10. Watch Rodgers keeping it alive and finding Randall Cobb, who does a great job finding his quarterback and saying, I'm open for my 7th score this year. Mike, watch Cobb work.
Man, Randall Cobb is a beast right here coming up under. And see, this is what I'm talking about. When you're out, this is what makes him so dangerous. Because you can't stay up with a guy like that all day when this dude, Aaron Rodgers, is moving around. And when he pulls the trigger, he's going to hit the bullseye, Aaron Rodgers.
On to the 4th. Dolphins down a touchdown. Lamar Miller caps an 80-yard drive with a 5-yard score. And so we're tied at 17. After a Packers 3-and-out, it's now Miller out of the backfield. Got to catch the ball, LT.
Yeah, you got to be able to catch it, especially a guy like Lamar Miller, so explosive.
That was so violent on the side.
He had 93 total yards, and it's a drive that's capped by Tannehill to Mike Wallace for the score, in part because of a banged-up Green Bay secondary. They're starting corners Williams and Shields. Ice up, son, on the bench.
That's all right, though. Big touchdown right there, boy. I said the Dolphins are in this.
Gets our Mercedes-Benz drive of the day. We'll pick it up with the Packers down 4. 3rd and 9, under 2 to go. Rodgers pressured, sacked, and the biggest recovery of the day goes to T.J. Lang, one of the linemen for Green Bay, because that enables them to stay in this thing, get it running, and on 4th down, Rodgers to Jordy Nelson.
How can you not recover when that's your man making a sack?
He had stepped out at the 30 after a 9-yard gain. 4 plays later, under 30 to go, no timeouts left. Rodgers to Cobb, and this is where it gets interesting. Tackled inbounds, once again, no timeouts left. So they go up and watch Rodgers. He's going to say, all right, we're going to clock it. But remember what Dan Marino did 2 decades ago in the Meadowlands against the Jets? He faked it and threw it. Well, this is Devontae Adams, the rookie. He gets it and gets it inside the 5. This, of all places, in the house that Marino built. So 6 seconds left.
A little bit back to him.
Where do you go if you're Aaron Rodgers? That would be Andrew Quarles.
That was too easy, man.
That's a big fella right there, too. Wow.
7th game-winning drive for Rodgers, and I want to know what happened during that last one.
Relax.
Big NFC battle here. Carolina taking on Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, after telling fans to relax after Green Bay's 1-2 start, has gone 3-0 with 10 touchdowns and no interceptions. That trend would continue here. First quarter, Packers finds Jordy Nelson, who's going to cruise inside. A 59-yard touchdown, and the Packers led 7-0. This would open a deluge of points for Green Bay because the next Packers drive, here's Eddie Lacy bouncing to the right side and finding an easy 5-yard touchdown, and the Packers led 14-0. Next Packers drive. How about James Stark this time? He takes the handoff to the left side, and he's going to power his way home for a 13-yard score, and the Packers led 21-0 in the very first quarter. The Panthers have only allowed 2 touchdowns in the first quarter all year. All right, second quarter we go. Rodgers on the scramble finds Randall Cobb, and then Randall Cobb, how about some yak yards? He makes Luke Kuechly miss. He's going to run it all the way for a 47-yard gain down to the Panthers' 17-yard line. Just 4 plays later, 1st and goal. Rodgers rolling, finding Randall Cobb, pays off for the touchdown and the 3-yard score. The Packers led 28-0. Cobb, his 8th touchdown of the year. But did you see it there? A little ketchup got onto Cobb's jersey. They'd have to clean it up off the sideline. I absolutely love it. All right, how about Cam Newton? He had a huge game last week. This week, not so much. Listen, the Panthers' offense was only able to muster 5 total yards in the first quarter. So this right here should come as no surprise. Newton was sacked there by Nick Perry. All right, let's fast forward to the third quarter, shall we? Panthers have the ball here. Highlighted as Julius Peppers. Guess what? He's probably going to make a play. And that would hold to be true. Yes, Julius Peppers gets in there for the sack and the 6-yard loss. A very rough day for the Carolina offense, no doubt. All right, third quarter now. Packers leading 28-3. Rodgers firing and finding rookie Devontae Adams a 21-yard touchdown, and the Packers led 35-3. That was Rodgers' 4th straight game with 3+ touchdowns. Next Panthers drive, Newton's pass is intercepted by Casey Hayward and returned 21 yards. Newton just 17 of 31 for 205 yards, a touchdown, a late touchdown, and an interception. He was sacked 3 times. He was pulled after the 3rd quarter because the Panthers were down 35-10. All right, so how about this? Eddie Lacy, a nice spin move, but would lose the ball. But it's all the antics afterward that caused a stir here. Luke Kuechly pulled off of the pile, and then if you see the officials there kind of pulling him away, then Kuechly got upset, and the official actually kicked Luke Kuechly out of the ball game for that. The Packers go on to win 38-17. It was the Packers' 4th straight win. Aaron Rodgers, 255 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Let's take a look at how things went down between the Packers and the Saints. Drew Brees and the Saints happy to be home. They've won 10 straight in the Dome. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 5 touchdowns to Randall Cobb in the last 4 weeks on the opening possession. Check out the time here, fellas. All day for Rodgers.
This ball was actually underthrown, but he had all day. When you give Aaron Rodgers all day, he's going to pay dividends.
Finding Randall Cobb again for the 5th straight time. They're up 7-0 early. The ensuing Saints possession. Brees throwing deep to Kenny Stills. That's good for 45.
Yeah, that is. Kenny Stills making some plays. Well, but I like those receivers. They stepped up and made plays over in New Orleans. Stills, Cooks, all of them.
Speaking of Cooks, here he is. A little end around there.
Right there, man. What was that, man? What's that? Water spigot, water fountain? What's that?
What that was? I got to ask my kids.
Saints tied the game at 7 apiece, but here come the Packers.
Nobody want to hit that.
You know what this is? This is rolling, rumbling, stumbling, tumbling.
Almost there. 1st and goal at the 3. Julius Peppers getting a rare offensive opportunity tonight. 2 plays after that Eddie Lacy catch. Peppers on offense. What was that?
I feel so sorry for him because he's such a great athlete, even at this age and stage in his career, and you get one opportunity and you miss it.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, one of the receivers said, wait, what was that, dude?
They hit on this side of the ball.
They hit it right in the 5.
Well, this is what he's used to doing. Julius sacks Drew Brees there. The Saints kick a field goal to tie the game at 10. 3rd quarter, Rodgers scrambling to his right. And he runs for the 1st down, but look what he did here, fellas.
Right there.
That hammy grabbed on him.
Yeah, he tried to man up and finish the game. Well, he did man up and finish the game, but he was noticeably different after that right there.
3 plays later, 3rd and goal.
That's on. You see why they stuck Julius Peppers out there. Because obviously that kid right there was Corliss.
Andrew Corliss, yeah.
Yeah, man, he was not at all physical at the point of attack on that football.
Yeah,
why they had to blur Rob's mouth out?
Oh, you know why,
Did he sneeze?
You know why.
Big play by the young man right here, Brandon Cooks, man. He dropped one earlier, and then he came back and made a basketball climbing to the rim type play and came back and made that play. Great job.
First lead of the game for the Saints, up 23-16.
Big play.
Rodgers to Devontae Adams on 3rd and 7. So they get the 1st down, or was it? They're going to challenge the call.
It was a good challenge.
Yeah, it was.
It was a really good challenge.
Saints win the challenge. Packers have 4th and 1. Eddie Lacy.
Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak?
Not Hammond.
You'd think Eddie Lacy would get that, but he doesn't. They turn it over on downs.
He's a big back. He takes a minute to get to the hole, man. I don't know about giving it to him 6 yards deep.
Well, Brees makes him pay.
Jimmy Graham coming back feeling like he was Jimmy Graham again, man. You can tell he's starting to get a little more comfortable with that shoulder.
Nice flatten up route. I hate to see a tight end beat a corner any day.
Graham's first touchdown since week 5. Tip ball here, intercepted by Corey White. Rodgers with his first multi-interception game since week 17 of last year.
I'd like to see the all 22 on that. They were saying that Devontae Adams stopped.
Yeah, he kind of stopped.
Yeah, but there was also a man dropping out of there. You know, they were doing that old zone blitzing thing. There was a guy dropping out also. I heard him say it on the air. He saw that crosser.
Another touchdown pass, this time to Josh Hill. The Saints take a 37-16 lead and go on to win it. 44-23 is the final.
Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 4-1 since he told everybody to chillax. And he did. Playing with that bad hammy. 4th and goal, he's going for it and finding Brandon Bostic, his 3rd-string tight end. They went to the 3rd-string tight end out of the gate. You knew it was going to be a long night for Chicago on that.
Wow.
As far as Jay Cutler, when he throws a pick, they stink. When he doesn't, they win. Okay, I got it. And so does Micah Hyde, who says, I got it. You know, Cutler's 1-10 all-time against Green Bay, including the playoffs, which is not a good mark.
That ball is so late and behind the receiver.
And flat.
Man.
4 plays later, 3rd and 1, Rodgers outraces Willie Young. He's had a good year, actually. And Andrew Quarles. He catches it.
Is he the number 1 tight end or number 2?
Yeah, it's a great call.
Just trying to find out.
Yeah, so it's 14-zip. Second quarter, this is where it gets really ugly for the Bears because you had receivers running free in the secondary by 15 yards like Jordy Nelson.
If it was any other receiver, fine. That's Jordy Nelson. He targets this man double-digit times each game. Crazy.
6 catches, $152. By the way, Rodgers has an NFL record, 16 touchdown passes of 70 or more yards. That one went 73. I'd be laughing too, guys. Next Packers drive, it's Rodgers, Nelson, and watch the footwork here.
This was, has any quarterback in the history of this game, Marshall, been more accurate on the run than Aaron Rodgers?
And make it look effortless throwing the ball down the field when running.
Jared Allen trying to get the troops going. I don't know if that's a players-only meeting or not, but okay, it didn't work. It's 28-zip, and then we're going to swing it out to Eddie Lacy, and let's let our
right
offensive lineman.
This is a heartbreaker right here.
Yeah.
Because Eddie Lacy is not that fast. The minute that back cutter, I've been that back. Those D linemen should be hustling to get to that ball. Once they realize, oh, they let me get to the quarterback, it's a screen.
That's 5 touchdown passes for Rodgers. We still have time in the first half. Then Jay Cutler knocked down by the old Bear Julius Peppers, who also recovers it. So with the minute to go, he's still got time.
That's payback right there.
And you know what that means? Aaron Rodgers has a 6-pack of touchdown passes in the first half. That's to Randall Cobb. Only Daryl LaMonica back in 1969 pulled off that feat.
You know what we call that? Milwaukee's best.
Oh, I see you working. There are a few Bears fans reaching for that. Believe you me. 6 touchdown passes in the first half. Third quarter, rookie punter Pat O'Connell is on.
I have not, man, I've been in this game 45 years. Man and boy, I have never, ever seen this.
Jared Boykin kicks it before the punter does.
I have never, ever seen that.
Oh, gosh. Stop. Stop.
We got to revisit that one.
Rodgers, by the way, getting pummeled with his team up 42-0. Remember, he's got a bad hammy. Not the smartest thing, but he's trying to tie the NFL record with his 7th touchdown pass, and it doesn't happen. They had to settle for a field goal. And then he was done.
Playing against him in fantasy.
No.
That should be a 50-point game in fantasy.
Fourth quarter, it went from bad to worse for Brandon Marshall. Actually had a solid game. 8 catches, $112 and a score, but this one injures his ankle and would not return.
Praying for you, B-Mark.
Yep. So it's a final. 55-14. If you didn't hear me earlier, they joined the 1923 Rochester Jeffersons to the Bears, being the 2nd team ever in NFL history to allow consecutive 50 burgers this year. What about the Eagles and the Packers? Aaron Rodgers, flawless at home this season. 15 touchdowns, no picks, no losses.
Second run game of your defense against him.
Got to go in early to Devontae Adams, the rookie, just breaking the plane, but it's good.
They need that guy to come up, step up and make plays, give them that other receiver.
When mama call you, quickest way just come right home.
And then Micah Hyde, it's a game of hide and seek.
Donnie Jones, I know you thought you could get him.
That punt almost bust both hamstrings. Hey, that was a great run, great cut.
Oh, I see you shooting.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
You can't celebrate
flag, but that's all right. You're up 17-zip at that point. Second quarter, Rodgers, Jordy Nelson. Look at the tiptoe, Michael.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson's just having a phenomenal year. Drop passes right in there, and he continues to run by everybody that they put on him, man. Jordy Nelson, what a game you're having. What a season.
That's taking throwing a guy open to a whole nother level.
You saw the dominance in the first half and the last 4 home
They
games.
started
That's
off the
insane.
game like that, going deep.
Mark Sanchez played pretty well Monday night against Carolina. That was Carolina.
He was in over his head.
Mike Neal drills him.
He was in over his head today.
Yeah, you can't go touchdown for touchdown.
And then sacked by Clay Matthews. This is like a USC alumni meeting.
Nah, buddy.
I don't care whether he's playing inside or outside, he can get to the quarterback. And then Sanchez looking for Jordan Matthews, but that ain't going to happen.
You got to make that play, big fella.
Eagles were down 30-6 at the half. And I know Chip Kelly's a wizard. He ain't that good.
Hey, what you tell him? Down 36.
Third quarter, Sanchez picked off by Julius Peppers, who became the first player with at least 100 sacks and 4 pick sixes. And watch the big fella with the athleticism just not even using his hands.
He almost dislocated his hip.
That's athletic.
That looked very painful.
It hurt.
On to the fourth. Rodgers, we already saw one tackle eligible. This is like another one with Eddie Lacy out there. I mean, who's going to tackle him?
Nobody want to hit this dude. It's cold out there, too.
Oh, you can tell. That's just grayed out grit. That's a big dude, man.
During his last 11 home games, Rodgers 29 touchdowns, no picks. And then it just got even uglier. I'll pick it up. Casey Hayward. That's back-to-back 50 burgers for the first time in Packers history. Packers aren't an expansion team, by the way. They've been around a while.
I would love to see them in the Cardinals.
That is unbelievable.
Packers and Vikings and Aaron Rodgers just throwing a rope to Randall Cobb for the big game there. And that gets the Packers started.
Yes, it
Aaron
does.
Rodgers, your MVP so far?
Yes, he is. But you're right. You said it earlier. J.J. Watt is, to me, is in second. He's close, though.
You have to give him some kind of love. Rodgers looking for Jordy Nelson. Pass interference there. That gives him a new set of downs, and they don't waste any time getting Eddie Lacy over the top for the touchdown.
Well, he looks huge. And the way he's able to jump over that line, very athletic player.
But don't count out Teddy Bridgewater, Charles Johnson, his first touchdown of the season. Bridgewater, Johnson, here come the Vikings. There's there's something magical football-wise going on. But Teddy, you know, with these young guys, you have to give and you have to take away from them too.
Yeah, you have to take everything with a grain of salt because they're going to turn the football over. They're still trying to learn how to play the quarterback position in the National Football League. This guy's not.
No, he is not. That is Aaron Rodgers again. And Aaron Rodgers, another big day, racks up big numbers. And the thing is this the best team in the NFC?
I believe they are, Kevin. I just think the way they're, you know, for one, they got the best quarterback in the National Football League to me. But what they're able to do, you know, with the run game, with all those receivers he has, and then he can take off and run the football like this. But that defense is starting to come around and play together, cause turnovers. They are the best team in the NFC to me.
Aaron Rodgers is 19 of 29 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eddie Lacy, 25 rushes for 125 yards. It's the recipe for success for the Green Bay Packers when they can get it going like this. And then the little shovel pass to Eddie Lacy into the end zone. Packers at that point up 24-13. But how about Bridgewater? He won't go away. They won't go away. Greg Jennings, the touchdown. And hold on, this is not over. They go for 2. And tell me, is this the same play?
I don't think so. If it works once, why not go to it again? I mean, come on. They didn't cover it the first time. They're not going to cover it the second time either.
So 24-21. Could the Green Bay Packers kill the clock? Yes, they could.
Yes.
Because Eddie Lacy just hitting folks. Is that what it sounds like in the pile when a big boy's coming through like that?
Yes, it does. That's what it sounds like. A bunch of, you know, banging and pads, you know, banging together. It's pretty loud.
Brady and Rodgers combined for 603 touchdown passes, most ever in a meeting.
This is a big
of guys starting against each other for the first time ever. First quarter.
Pens and paper. This is a real quarterback about to go down.
You know, you forget Aaron Rodgers could do this.
Scoop. See, Bill Belichick, you just can't account for everything. Belichick, you can't account for everything.
Problem is, Jamie Collins steps on his hand, give him a boo-boo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it led to a field goal. Rodgers got like a nasty old cut on his
Not
hand.
his throwing hand. They got something in the locker room for that.
Hey, how about the development of Devontae Adams?
Boy, we knew it. Herb, listen, I said it was going to come down to Devontae Adams, Corliss, or those other guys making plays.
And
he was not going to allow
look at
Jordy
this.
Nelson
The
to
pump fake
beat him.
somehow hangs on to it, and look at it, dropping it into Richard Rogers.
The pump fake is what.
Who?
Richard
That's what
Rogers.
Belichick says. Give me some more names to beat me.
Packers up
It shall not be
13-zip.
called
Second
one
quarter,
never.
Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski.
Nice
Me catch
zip.
football, me run hard through football players.
That's a Gronk man.
That's a
And then it led to dust off Brandon Bolden. His first touchdown of the year. Where you been?
I'm sorry, but I couldn't be a running back for Belichick.
Where's Jonas Gray?
I'll tell you right now.
He's setting this
He got a
alarm
carry.
Why are you going to be a running back for Belichick?
He ain't pulling me out.
Packers ensuing drive, third and goal. Rodgers.
though.
Dante Hightower drops him, and they'd have to settle for another field goal, which is not good news if you're playing the Patriots. 16-7 Pack.
That was a good blitz he ran right there.
Here comes New England, third and 3. Brady to Gronk. Me bounce off tacklers. Me high score touchdown.
I'm a man.
Somebody.
He hit Clinton Dix.
There's somebody saw that.
Like he
3
was a
plays
mosquito.
later, Brady to Brandon LaFell, who's had a nice year up there in New
Really,
England.
man. Nice release down inside on a route, quick out by Brandon LaFell. He
Why
set
the
the
corner
timing
continue
up
to
perfect.
backpedal into the end zone?
I don't
This was
know
the
why.
drive of the day.
He went
Rodgers
inside.
to James Starks, drops it in for a gain of 28.
There goes that man.
The corner that back because the end zone is scared, Marshall.
And then Rodgers to Jordy Nelson, one of only 2 catches, but this one,
Oh, no, this one hurt.
That
This
one
one hurt.
get in there, SI cover boy.
This one hurt.
That was an incredible route ran by Jordy Nelson right there.
That hurt.
Jordy stemmed up the real Reavers right here. Just a moment, right there. That stem right there got him.
Man,
because if he had come
You
down
look
inside
at Jordy
too fast,
Nelson
He made
and you
him
say,
drop
oh,
his
he
feet.
can't get away.
He made him stop his feet.
he made him stop his feet.
When he stopped
right
his
there.
feet, it's over.
And once he made him stop his feet and made that break, the pass was right there, right then. It's almost impossible.
On to the 4th, third and 1. It's LeGarrette Blount, who now is getting the lion's share of the
It's
carries.
cold out there, too. Ain't nobody want to hit that.
Gain of 13. Next play, it's Blount again, and watch him just demolish Morgan Burnett. Pardon me.
Ain't nobody want to hit
Hey, you
that.
gotta grab on. You gotta hold on. Gotta hold on.
Then Brady to Brandon LaFell for the 15-yard score. New England's back within 2.
Where did LaFell play last year?
I don't know what he said. I got me a QB.
Where did he play last year?
Eddie Lacy then
Carolina.
up the gut. He ran for
Answer that
98
man.
yards on this
Answer
day.
that man.
What you
wanna
trying to
hit that
sneak
either.
in the win, Marshall?
And Green Bay could seal it here on 3rd and 5. Rodgers to Adams, who had 121 yards. But
Oh, that was one.
man.
Hey, that right there would have sealed the deal.
Everybody ain't built for the moment. Believe that.
Oh. So
Yeah.
Packers have to settle for a field goal. Their lead is just 5. So now on 4th and 3 from near midfield, what do? You got to go for it. Not giving the ball back to Aaron Rodgers.
That's the man.
Brady to Edelman.
Edelman, I'm talking about hurt, limping around.
Give him
Edelman.
credit, man. He's balling. That was a great
Then
route.
3rd and
Yes.
7, Brady to Gronk. He moves sticks.
Oh, buddy.
7 grabs for 98 yards. And here's your play of the game. 2nd 9, Brady. Gronkowski for 6 and
He had it.
no.
He had it.
But watch what happens with Clinton Dix.
Just keep competing. Ball still moving. Ball still moving. Ball still moving. Get it out of there.
So that's huge because your next play, 3rd and 9,
21 reasons.
Brady pressured by the Mikes. That's Neal and Daniels for Green Bay's only sack of the day. It makes the field goal attempt a little tougher. Gostowski from 47.
No!
And he pushes
never
it.
misses.
He should have hit that.
As he Florida States that thing. Sorry. All right, ensuing drive, 3rd and 4. Rodgers.
Check out the
Randall
competitor in
Cobb.
Tom Brady. Watch Tom. Let's see if they show Tom's reaction.
After that game.
Competitor.
After that.
Two of the 4 teams that are an NFL best 9 and 3 after a well-played game.
What went down tonight as we put a bow on Week 14? Aaron Rodgers, what a magical season it has been. Tonight, the 100th game as a starter for Green Bay. Amazingly, 67 and 32 through 99 games. Brett Favre, 68 and 32 through his first 100. Rodgers, guys, the time that he had to throw the football, one of the themes in the first half.
Just did whatever he wanted to from within the pocket. You saw him get on the edges, clear vision. You give Aaron Rodgers clear vision on the edge like that, he is going to rip you apart, and he did it tonight.
Well, he's one of those guys that when he gets on the outside, like, he can break every rule. Across the middle, laid across his body, all that stuff you tell other quarterbacks not to do, he can do.
Rodgers started the game 10 for 10 for 110 yards as he hits Corliss for 30 yards.
Yeah, video game.
And we can see the seconds right there just ticking away. If you give him that much time, he's either going to beat you with his legs or he's going to beat you with his arm. And there's nobody more deadly right now. He keeps his eyes always upfield. He makes good decisions. This guy's playing lights out right now.
Eddie Lacy would score a touchdown, pack up 14-7. Second quarter, Matt Ryan fakes the pitch, rolls right, picked off by Morgan Burnett. 32 yards on the return, Ryan's 11th pick of the season.
He had a great night, almost 500 yards, but that was over 400 yards passing, but that was his one bad mistake right there. He knows it.
Ryan helplessly looks on as he takes another look. Burnett making the big defensive play for the Packers. Ensuing possession. This is a 3rd and 5 play. Rodgers steps up, uses that sneaky mobility, gets down to the 2.
Past the line of scrimmage.
Brett used to do that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like the old, fake toss, slide underneath it.
Little shovel pass to Eddie Lacy for the 1-yard touchdown.
And that throw is a lot more difficult than it just looked right there. Be able to feather that ball in.
But he smiled a lot at Lambeau Field this year.
Next Green Bay possession, Randall Cobb breaking tackles, 18 yards down to the 21. Rodgers just marching him down the field, it seems like.
This right here, one of my favorite plays of the whole game. No panic.
No.
He said relax to all the Green Bay Packer fans. He looks relaxed. Just check him out. He has footwork,
right?
Keeping his eyes upfield, moves around a little bit. Oh, I see somebody in the back of the end zone. It's my buddy, Jordy Nelson.
Packers set an NFL record by scoring 23 plus in the first half of 6 straight home games. They had 22 first downs in the first half. Atlanta had 22 offensive plays at that point. Third quarter, Matt Ryan. What a night this kid had. Julio Jones played the game of his life. 79 yards all the way down to the 3.
And they never really rolled a safety over the top of him tonight. I could not figure that out because he just continually got on top of coverage.
You're right about that.
4 plays later, Ryan finds Eric Weems.
I don't know what that dance is, Baldy. I have no idea.
What era is that, Nate?
I have no idea. I'm going to Google it.
You have an issue with a guy celebrating down 31-14?
A little bit.
How about the little...
But maybe that sparked the comeback, though.
Got a little Jake Matthews, Clay Matthews matchup going on right there.
Cousins going at it.
Yeah.
Clay and Jake. Clay getting the better of his cousin on this play.
How about
He gets the better of a lot of left tackles.
Yes, he does. Matt Bryant would come on, hit a 50-yard field goal.
Some good bloodlines right there.
Ooh, showing some life. 31-17 at that point.
Clay's got better hair.
Fourth quarter, same score.
Hair.
Ryan throws right. Jones again carving up that Green Bay secondary for 12 yards.
Did he ever get tired tonight? It looked like he was just going full throttle the entire night.
He's going to be tired after this game, that's for sure.
Jones again for the touchdown. It's a 10-point game.
It's tough. Nate, you know how tough it is to get separation in this league. He was having 3- and 4-yard separation on every throw.
Yeah, late in the game after putting up major yards.
Look at this.
That's hard to do.
Jordy Nelson, home run ball, straight down the center of the field. 60 yards, Nelson second of the night.
Yeah, I think Randall Cobb was bowing down to the wrong guy right there. It was a pretty route by Jordy Nelson.
An old Dino route, right?
But that throw, in that weather, in those conditions, man, amazing.
What a season those two are having.
Extra point would be blocked, so 40-24. Ensuing Atlanta possession, they just couldn't stop Jones tonight. Unbelievable production. We'll tell you about his numbers in a moment. Jones would go to the sidelines with a hip injury at that point. 7 plays later, Ryan to Roddy White. 50th touchdown catch from Matt Ryan. Atlanta would elect to go for 2. Rodgers is stuffed.
I'm not so sure that's the call.
They should have just kept throwing it. I mean, the way that Matt was throwing the ball in the second
Julio
half.
Jones out there. I like my chances on a little fade with Julio, 2-point.
And also the guys, they would try an onside kick that you guys had a little bit of an issue with. 13-point lead. Jones still on the sideline trying to recover from the pain in his hip. 13-point game, just over the 2-minute mark at this point.
Beautiful throw by Matt Ryan here.
Really nice throw.
Harry Douglas right there, right in the
short corner
end
route.
zone. Yeah.
Here's that onside kick that you mentioned. I don't know if we should necessarily call it an onside kick.
Is it a squib? Is it a pooch? I mean, if you're going to go for an onside ball, you got to go for the onside.
They got 3 timeouts.
One or the other.
3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning at that point. And
you don't want to give the ball back to Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
Not at all.
Not if you can help it.
Rolls right, scrambles for a dozen yards and a first down. Next play, James Starks. Final nail in Atlanta's coffin, 42 yards.
All James Starks does is contribute. Like week in, week out, year in, year out.
He'll sit on the sideline, come in and just gash you.
Starks had the early touchdown run and has the big run there to put the game on ice, 43-37. Atlanta spoiling a career night for Julio Jones, 259 yards. Had to leave with that late hip injury.
Man. You know, there's only one city Green Bay's never won a football game, and that's Buffalo. 0-5 all time.
They ain't gonna change today. Hey.
How this happened?
Marcus Thigpen, 3rd career punt return for a score. He's got 2 more of the kickoff variety.
Yep. Hey, Aaron Rodgers may be the best quarterback on the field, but it don't mean there's not 2 other phases of the game.
Aaron Rodgers, of whom you speak, 4 turnovers, only 4 all year coming into this game.
Mooch jinxed him.
Almost had another right here. Stephon Gilmore is going to get his mitts on it. And Jordy Nelson saves the pick 6. Watch the replay. Nelson, just rips it away.
Jordy did a good job. Dude dropped that ball, period. He dropped that ball.
I'm just surprised the corner jumping around like that.
Just bad hands is what you
On
call
to the
that.
3rd, Rodgers. Bakari Rambo's been on the team less than a month. He picks it off. Rodgers had gone 202 straight passes without an INT until that, and he had Jordy.
Yeah.
It's a bad route.
Yeah, Jordy wide open right there, too. Rodgers won't miss many times like that.
Next Packers possession. Jordy open again, and Jordy's on the... Mike?
Yeah, he never misses a pass like that. That's 90-some yards right there. Ooh, let me tell you something. He will see that ball in his sleep tonight. There is no way you won't think about that for the next year.
On to the 4th. This is the same drive, actually. Rodgers tipped.
Tip drill.
Picked again by Rambo. His first 2 INTs of his career.
Some tight coverage, boy, they playing in Buffalo.
Somebody, the GM feeling good about that signing.
And on that play, the Packers lost Brian Bulaga to a concussion as well. So they lose their outstanding tackle. He was done for the day after this one.
Running around there without your head on a swivel.
The Bills trying to get something done here. Clay Matthews. They can't keep him out of there even with that circle around his feet. Drops Kyle Orton.
Bad man.
Yeah, Clay be playing, man. Especially they put Clay at that middle linebacker, boy. They've really helped their rush defense.
Bills settle for a field goal and a 9-point lead. But then Rodgers overthrows Cobb. He threw for 185 yards. That's it. They look like an entirely different team on the road than at home.
Yeah, Buffalo played, though. You got to give Buffalo some credit.
They held Peyton Manning without a touchdown pass last week, and then Aaron Rodgers without one this week. Here on 3rd and 5, Packers had no more timeouts.
Right there.
Yeah, so they end up punting. Now this is where it gets a little hairy. Mario Williams around the end, ball's loose. Eddie Lacy pick it up, and then
go Eddie, go!
They blow it dead because they're treating them like they're 6-year-olds. But Dean Blandino, vice president of officiating, tweeted out, "Good call because inside 2 minutes, ball's dead when recovered by the non-fumbling player. It's a safety. That rule dates back to the holy roller play with Dave Casper. That's why they enacted it. So that's why they call it dead.
We'll talk about that.
That's exactly the rule, though. It was a good call. Good call by the refs. Packers held to just 13. Good for the Bills and Doug Marrone. They're still in this thing. Would win the North if Green Bay lost to Tampa Bay. But if Green Bay won, they at least get a playoff berth. Aaron Rodgers threw for under 200 yards a week ago up in Buffalo and struggled early on. Pardon me. And then, and I don't know if he's getting odor eaters or something in there, or he's got a calf issue, but whatever. Eventually it worked for Green Bay because they got it going.
You can relax with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be all right.
Rodgers in a scoreless game to Jordy Nelson. That's a gain of 24.
Jordy Nelson is so nice.
They outgained the Buccaneers by more than 300 yards.
What you saying?
In part because Eddie Lacy's like a tackle-eligible running with a pitch.
Ain't nobody trying to get in front of him, man.
Who's tackling that?
Not me.
Okay, I get it. He was over 1,000 for the season. He has 8 touchdowns in his last 6 games. On to the fourth, Josh McCown. He got to know the Packers defense very well, including Clay Matthews. Hello.
Clay Matthews is so consistent, man.
He had 2.5 of Green Bay's 7 sacks on the day. And Aaron Rodgers threw for more than 300 yards. That to Jordy Nelson. Packers win it 20-3, and everybody just R-E-L-A-X.
That's how you lean back.
That's it. Lions trying to win at Lambeau for the first time since Matthew Stafford was 3. That was 1991.
By the way, Max Smith, a good man.
Winner of this one
coach.
takes the NFC North. Second quarter, Aaron Rodgers coming in with that bad calf. Hop along, getting it away to Randall Cobb for the touchdown. That's the good news. The bad news is Rodgers is done for the half. You can see him grimacing. Just couldn't. No explosion whatsoever.
Man, this right here, man.
They got something in that locker room for that.
This was for real right here, man. Watching this whole performance.
So he was done for the half, not the way he wanted to R-E-L-A-X. Third quarter, Matt Flynn in for Rodgers, who's doing those. I hate doing those in the gym. Whole thing strains my calf.
Wait for that thing to kick in.
Matthew Stafford to Megatron. Look at the adjustment, Mike.
Don't get caught up in a trajectory.
Yeah, and that was a great throw by Matthew Stafford. That's great touch on it, right back to the corner of that end zone. A timing.
Jermaine Williams thought they ain't throwing the ball to him.
He and Dez Bryant may be the best in the league.
But here comes Rodgers
as receivers.
Tugging on Chris Kringle's beard over there, and he's back into it like Willie Reed out of the locker room.
Man, it's just incredible, man.
All these are dimes.
Hey, his calf might be hurting, but you know what? That right arm looks pretty good. That was a gain of 29 to
Cobb.
Cobb.
Watch these passes. And the receiver will not dime.
And we're going to talk about this.
Stride. So you just have to hold your hands up. Just hold your hands up.
I think it'll stick to their jersey like Velcro.
And that's so amazing what he did right here in this game that we're going to talk about today.
On to the fourth.
It's amazing what I
Stafford to Joik Bell and coughs it up. It was really never a clean exchange on this one.
Hey, too late in the season to be having a cough. I know it's cold in Lambeau.
Everybody ain't built for that moment. Joy, come on, baby. Not right now.
Matthew Stafford falls to 0-16 all-time on the road against winning teams. And then how about this? Rodgers taking it in himself.
As well. Doing everything else for the team.
Right.
He was 11 of 13, $129 in the second half. Also had that rushing touchdown.
That right calf, man. That was, yeah.
All right, well, here come the Lions.
I believe in A-Rod.
Fourth down, down 14, Stafford.
Who was that?
Has it tipped, and it's incomplete.
Who's Stafford?
He
one that
finished
went number 9.
only 20 of 41 on the day. Now, here's something interesting. 3rd and 5, Rodgers to Jordy Nelson to move to sticks. But watch Rodgers. He's down on the turf, and he is ticked off. Why? Because he got sued, if you know what I mean.
So you don't know you stepping on this man.
Why?
So you just don't know that you stepping on this $100 million man.
Okay, Packers win the North. They win the battle. They're moving on, thanks to their decaffeinated captain.
Please don't grab me. I know you're strong as an ox.
Will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. The Cowboys and the Packers. Aaron Rodgers coming off of that week where we didn't know about the tear in his leg, and Dez Bryant sleeveless, warming up prior to a game that wasn't as cold as we thought it would be. It wasn't ice bowl conditions. It was cold, but it wasn't ice bowl conditions.
Easy saying
and Aaron Rodgers looked pretty nimble on this first touchdown pass of the day.
Well, I don't know say he looked pretty nimble, but he moved around enough to get that play done. And that's what was so incredible about Aaron Rodgers, that he did not look like his old Aaron Rodgers, but he still gutted out a great performance.
Yeah, he hopped on the one good leg a couple times to get that ball to Andrew Quarles to start the scoring, but Romo marched down the field, and then in the end zone, Terrence Williams is contacted, so it's 1st and goal. And why not, when you're on the goal line and you've got DeMarco Murray in your backfield, of course you're going to go to the leading rusher this year.
No!
But it's Tyler Klutz, everybody!
Hey, listen, Green Bay, they have been selling it out on short yardage and goal line. And listen, DeMarco was getting some tough first downs. That was an easy call to get an early
shot, no penalty. Cowboys are playing Klutz ball.
That's Romo, man.
It's 7-0, second quarter. Eddie Lacy on the sideline after he was the one that got the Packers down the field in the first quarter. He was on the sideline when Aaron Rodgers is slinging it over the head of everybody, not looking comfortable in that pocket, and the calf began to tighten up on him, it appeared, in the second quarter of this game.
That's a lot of time. I'm going to tell you, that's a lot of time right there in the pocket.
And then after that play, Rodgers got the ball snapped to him when he wasn't expecting it, and Jeremy Mincey knocks the ball loose and hops on top of it.
Just look how much time he has to pick up the ball, throw the ball, get sacked, and fumble it again.
But this is unlike Aaron Rodgers. A bad play that started. He should have just threw the ball away, lived to see another play.
So the Cowboys get that turnover and try to turn it into points, and Terrence Williams does that with the run after the catch.
Irv, you called it. He showed up big today.
That's my X factor. And you know, he had to come up and make plays. He was going to get some one-on-one opportunities with Green Bay selling out to stop the run and keeping a safety over top to stop Dez Bryant.
As a defensive back, that's a hard tackle to come up for.
That's Tremont Williams.
Yeah, that's a hard
Tremont Williams, the defensive tackle, and a 38-yard touchdown there. Cowboys up 14-7. The ball goes out off of Jordy Nelson's hands on 3rd and 8.
Where is Jordy?
And the Cowboys force the Packers to punt the football. Offense stalls right there. Next Cowboys drive with less than a minute to go in the half. There is Jason Witten, the BFF, getting a first down, even though he didn't even sniff the first down line. The Cowboys called timeout after that, and in the timeout, a proper review took place and a proper replacement of the ball, almost a full 2 yards back from where it was spotted, took place. And then on a 3rd and 1, they decide to throw it, and a bad snap forces a throwaway. And then you bring on one of the most sure-footed kickers in the entire league all year long, and Dan Bailey comes out and he missed it.
30 seconds on the clock.
A huge sequence right there at the end of the first half.
Actually missed 2 straight because he kicked another one before that.
Well, that gave good field position to Aaron Rodgers, who made a beautiful throw to Randall Cobb to set up a field goal of Green Bay's own right before the half. And that is how Green Bay got within 4 points before the end of the half. And you can see Rodgers hop, skipping, and jumping down the field. 3rd quarter. Tony Romo and the Cowboys come out. Here comes DeMarco Murray.
That was a touchdown. I just want you guys to know they caught them in the perfect defense. They ran the perfect play. That safety does not have a chance on DeMarco Murray in the open field. That's a touchdown.
Julius Peppers, though, makes the play, jumps at him, gets the ball loose. Instead of a touchdown for Dallas, it's a turnover for Green Bay. And here's Eddie Lacy running with Devontae Adams leading the charge down the field. That rookie had quite the day. Great blocks by Kuhn and Adams right there. 2 plays later, Rodgers completes it to Adams, but at the end of the play, after forward progress was stopped, according to the officials on the field. TJ Lang called for unnecessary roughness. Do you agree with this call?
Yeah, that's just excessive. They want to clean that up. Lyman used to go and clean up the pile, guys around, trying to make the tackle.
Ain't nothing wrong with
but I think they also need to stop the defenders going after the ball carrier's legs.
To play football today.
Well, that 15-yard penalty is what moved the Packers back from a 3rd and short situation. They had to settle for a field goal. It's a 1-point game as Romo finds Witten for 15 yards. He's shaken up on the play, hit by Micah Hyde. Romo stays in the game. Next play, 1-point game from the Packers, 27, and here comes 29 for 26 yards.
Turn it.
Right down the field.
Oh, man. Ha-ha.
Romo limping after the handoff. And it doesn't matter if you've got, DeMarco Murray running like that, and when you're in 1st and goal at the 1. It's Tyler Klutz time to make a block. Touchdown, DeMarco Murray.
Hey, he ear-holed Julius Peppers right there.
25 carries.
Game kept them in it.
$123 for DeMarco Murray. It was a left hand injury, too, for Romo. Got banged up. He's staying in the game. Ensuing Packers possession. It's Schaub over the middle.
Now he's sharp. His 3rd quarter. Aaron Rodgers, who hadn't practiced for 2 weeks, now look at him walking better. He's ready now.
3rd and 15, 3 plays later. It's Rodgers to Adams. Makes a move.
He got a little something
right there.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's got
got another low weird halftime.
Somebody got to tell Sterling Moore, you might want to sell out and die for that one, buddy.
Man.
21-20. Dallas 1-point lead with 1:41 left in the 3rd quarter.
Put it on Sterling Moore.
You got to shoot it.
4th quarter we go. And it's a 4th quarter that we talked about for quite some time because of a 4th down play that's soon to come. 21-20, Tony Romo. First play of the 4th quarter. Doesn't get rid of it, takes a sack. Cowboys punt 2 plays later. The Packers getting the ball back. The ensuing drive, their own 35, 2nd and 8. Rodgers to That rookie Adams again, who makes a play again.
Hard tackle, man, coming up at full speed.
All day. We talked about it all season. Who's going to step up? That other guy besides Cobb Nelson. Adams said it is I.
And that's Cobb out of the backfield. 2 plays after that Adams catch for 14 yards. 3 plays later, Aaron Rodgers in the red zone with a rhythm. Rodgers to the other Rodgers. Zings it into Richard Rodgers.
He is sharp now.
This is one of the best throws that I've seen this season.
That's like the old school throw with the tire, and you throw the ball through the tire.
That's it.
And he double checks
it. That's why we call
it
it like that. This is grown man quarterbacking right now.
A 2-point conversion fails. It's a 5-point game. 3rd and 11 for Romo over the middle. It's Beasley. He's short. He is short. It's 5.5 to go. It's 4th down. So what do the Cowboys do? They go up top to their beast and hope he makes a play, and he does. It's ruled a touchdown. We're down at the 1.5-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy's going to challenge it, and Bryant goes down to the ground. And according to Dean Blandino, going to the ground, by rule, he must hold on to it throughout the entire process of contacting the ground. He didn't, so it is incomplete. And after further review, take that off the board, take the ball and put it back in the hands of Rodgers to find Devontae Adams on 3rd and 3. Time and timeouts are running out for the Dallas Cowboys. 26-21 is the score.
I trust you balls, Irv.
Yeah, that's why
I trust you balls right there.
Made great plays each time.
One more 3rd and long. The Cowboys need a stop after the 2-minute warning, and even though the ball is tipped, it still winds up in the hands of Cobb for a game-sealing NFC Divisional Sunday ceiling. Lambeau Field victory for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as Dez Bryant and Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray's fantastic 2014 season ends in Lambeau Field in the divisional round, and it is the Green Bay Packers going back to the NFC Championship game for the first time in 4 years, keeping the Cowboys winless on a divisional weekend, still since Michael Irvin's last Super Bowl season of 1995. Of course, the conversation after the game in the locker room, in the Twitterverse, on social media, and it will be all day on Monday on Sports Talk Radio, the Dez Bryant catch, that wasn't a catch. And the New England Patriots and the Colts would go up later in the day, but the first game up, Aaron Rodgers and his banged-up leg against Richard Sherman, who he hardly challenged at all in week number 1. And then in the first series, 3rd and 10, Aaron Rodgers moving the ball down the field, and then he tries Sherman, and then that is an interception.
That's a great play, man. I'm here to tell you, that's a great play. Stutter goal, great position, great ball skills. Now get your feet down. Now, let's celebrate a little bit after
Usually when you played receiver and you move to DB, it's because you can't catch.
Right.
Not the case with Richard Sherman.
So Sherman picks it off, but then the Seahawks, what do they do with it? It gets picked off right away. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix. Ha-ha. Gets all the way down to the 3-yard line off the tip drill. But at the end of the play,
we usually see those mistakes.
At the end of the play, it was a 15-yard penalty, but they got the ball back towards in the end zone, and it's called a touchdown for John Kuhn, except the fact he wasn't in. After further review, the ball's down at the half-yard line, and take the touchdown off the board. And the next play, here comes Eddie Lacy. He gets stuffed at the goal line, and the Packers settle for a field goal.
That defense held early on. When they turned that ball over, Seattle did, that defense stepped up and played hard.
So Mike McCarthy settles for the 3, decides to kick off, and that was a good move, especially when Doug Baldwin on the ensuing kickoff puts the ball on the ground. A fumble. Morgan Burnett recovers for the Packers. Second turnover of the game. They're not even through the first quarter, halfway through it at this point in time. And the Packers, it's their 3rd possession of the game already, all of them reaching Seahawks territory. This one starting in the red zone, and then Rodgers in the end zone, and he misses Jordy Nelson.
That hurts right there, man. Just had a little bit more air up under that ball, so Jordy could have found it when he turned his head.
Green Bay had to settle for another field goal when Aaron Rodgers watched his defense put Wilson on the ground. It's Julius Peppers trying to make his first Super Bowl and win it. And that got the ball back for Green Bay, who moved the ball down the field again in the red zone with a flag on the play. A wide-open Randall Cobb And Aaron Rodgers' last 9 postseason touchdown passes have now gone to 9 different receivers. He'd never found Cobb, but he did right here wide open.
Look at this right here, man. And Aaron Rodgers, man, you could tell he was in much better condition. He looked much better than he did last week. His calf was doing better, and he shot that ball in.
13-0. The defense is talking to one another on the sideline, trying to fire each other up. It's 16-0 second quarter when Russell Wilson tries to force one downfield, and there's that Clinton Dix fella again.
I must say,
I like that one. Ha, Clinton Dix. What must you say?
When I was watching this, I was a little bit upset with Kearse in his effort, at least trying to move that ball or stop the interception or something.
And Russell Wilson took a major hit from Clay Matthews, who was flagged 15 yards. They called it blindside hit, but it was really more helmet to helmet. It's what it should have been at least. So, but Russell was not knocked out of the game. Not knocked out of the game. And then Aaron Rodgers gives it right back a few plays after the interception. We have 5 turnovers in the game at this point in time as the rain's beginning to come down again.
I think Aaron Rodgers expected Cobb to break out.
But the ensuing possession, Russell Wilson for Jermaine Kearse, and he's picked by Sam Shields.
Rich, right there again. I wanted to see a little more fight right there in this kind of a game, but to help your quarterback out there.
So 3 turnovers for Wilson in the first half alone, and you throw in Doug Baldwin's fumble, and Seattle's lucky to be down just 16-0 to start the second half. They go 3 and out. The Packers couldn't score, so Russell Wilson trying to move the ball down the field on 3rd and 19, converts.
On the phone with me talking about, are you serious? This was Marshall. We was on the phone going off like, what are you doing?
Clay Matthews.
How are you doing?
Hands to the face, and you forget the seat.
But they have to settle for a field goal, which they bust out the fake. Punters are momentum shifters, too. John Ryan to a wide-open Gary Gilliam, who was a tight end when he was at Penn State, never caught a touchdown at Penn State. This is his first career touchdown.
Look at the predicament that they put A.J. Hawk in.
He's in a tough situation.
And he go get the runner.
But I'm not going to surrender to 6. I give you the first down. I'm not surrendering to 6. Bad decision by A.J. Hawk.
That is a big-time fake kick and throw to put the Seahawks on the board, but momentum started wearing a yellow helmet as James Starks is running through, bursting free for 32 yards. And Richard Sherman gets hurt on the collision with Cam Chancellor, and he comes up holding his elbow. He didn't miss a play, but he clearly was a one-handed defensive back the rest of the day.
Hyperextended, I believe.
And it's possible that he has nerve damage. He says that he will play later on. He did soldier on in this game that it's a 19-7 game, and Russell Wilson gets on the tip drill. But why
are you falling down?
Morgan Burnett slides.
The game is not over.
With 5 minutes to go.
Man, what is wrong with you?
Well, Jermaine Kearse went off of his hands, so he was having a rough day at this point, to say the least. But the Packers would just run the ball and forced Seattle to use 2 of its timeouts. They decided not to call a timeout here and save 1 more timeout, which was an interesting move. So Mike McCarthy kicks the ball back to Seattle. 3 and change to go. Complete to Doug Baldwin, trying to get out of bounds. He cannot, so the time is still ticking.
Doug Baldwin made some plays when they needed him to make some plays today.
2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go. Russell Wilson throws it for Marshawn Lynch, who tiptoes the sideline, and it's ruled a touchdown, except for the fact
Thank God we have replay.
Well, his gold sole shoes showed clearly he was stepping out of bounds way further back. But
so happy we have replay.
Instead, Marshawn Lynch gets it inside the 5, and Russell Wilson takes it in from there, and he scored before the 2-minute warning.
Why does the defender always look like it was somebody else's guy?
19-14. Stephen Hauschka, do you kick it deep and you go onside? The Seahawks go onside, and it's a good decision because it works. Number 86, Brandon Bostic goes to jump for the ball.
He won't jump no more.
And it goes off of his helmet and into the hands of Chris Matthews.
Look at Coach there.
What of hands? He was on the front line block. Jordy Nelson is there waiting for the ball.
So instead, the Seahawks now have the ball back at midfield, and Russell Wilson, first play, pulls it out from Marshawn and takes it to the 35-yard line with even a tick before the 2-minute warning. Now, unbelievably, the Seahawks might be scoring too quickly from the 32-yard line. First down, Luke Wilson. Silent L is somewhere within his name. Luke Wilson with the first down moves forward. Next play on the Packers 24. Here comes Marshawn Lynch running downhill.
I love watch how he stops everybody and shakes your hand politely. I'm a beast, but I'm going to handle this mode like a gentleman.
And it's a touchdown, 20-19. If we ask Steve Mariucci, what does the book say you should do? Go for two.
Now this play
and
makes
they
me
do,
mad.
and it looks like the play is blown up.
Oh my God.
Russell Wilson buying time. A prayer to Luke Wilson, and it is answered.
Can somebody tweet me and tell me what was Clinton Dix doing?
Well, he was a ball hawk all day, making plays on the ball all day, and did not hear.
I actually got angry at that point. I don't care who wins. I just really I like good football. You got to make that play as a defensive back.
And that would be a huge 2 points because Aaron Rodgers had more than enough time left and all 3 timeouts, and he hardly needed them because he kept moving the ball down the field quickly. Jordy Nelson to the 38-yard line of Green Bay, 15 yards. Next play, minute 2 left.
Coming inside,
Rodgers to Cobb over the middle, now on the plus side of the field. Next play, 43 seconds to go. Aaron Rodgers buying time, extending the play with his one good leg. What does he do? All sorts of green grass in front of him. He limps his way out of bounds. First down. Mason Crosby is in field goal range. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. 36-26 ticks to go. Aaron Rodgers throws it to Jordy Nelson to get his field goal kicker 6 yards closer.
Awesome throw, man.
Richard Sherman one-handed, he brings him down. You got a one-legged quarterback, a one-armed cornerback, and you got a guy with 2 good legs coming out, and he sweeps one leg through the ball, and it goes through the uprights. And of course, we have overtime in this insane contest.
Discount double check.
22. 116-0.
Wow,
the
what a
Packers
game.
lose the lead, but we go into overtime, and you remember Seattle beat Denver in overtime in this building earlier this year by getting the ball to start overtime and not allowing Peyton Manning to take the field and take a single snap. And Russell Wilson on 3rd and 6 finds Doug Baldwin, who is trying to be redemptive right here. Obviously, we know he dropped the ball. He put one on the ground earlier in the game for a punt return. We talked about how Jermaine Kearse had a very tough day, but to wrap it up, a walk-off touchdown grab by Kearse. Yes. And the Seattle Seahawks down 16-0 at the half. 5 turnovers in the game, 4 by their quarterback, are going back to the Super Bowl. The NFC champion, Seattle Seahawks, and Russell Wilson in tears. Pete Carroll celebrating, going to Arizona to participate in Super Bowl 49 as the Green Bay Packers suffer one of the more bitter defeats you will ever see in NFL playoff history. They were up 16-0 and lose without even touching the ball in an overtime that they were forced to force due to a major big-time comeback by the defending Super Bowl champs who would not go gently into that rainy Seattle afternoon.